Today I'm going to try walk the length of an entire country by myself. Alright, so which country is it going to be? I need a country that isn't too small but also isn't too big. I need a challenge, mate, which is exactly why I'm doing this. Air Up have challenged me to do something wild and unexpected, and I, my friend, do love myself a challenge. So without further ado, the country we're going to attempt to walk across is Luxembourg.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And I know what you're probably thinking. Who the hell is Luxembourg, mate? Especially my American friends, respectfully. But let me give you a quick geography lesson, lad. This is Luxembourg, and here it is on the map. It's a landlocked country in northwestern Europe bordered by Belgium, France and Germany. Lovely, but why choose Luxembourg? Well, firstly, it's a country that's an ideal size to walk across, with the total length being around 95 kilometers. I reckon I could do that. Also, it's a country based in Europe, so it's easy and affordable for me to travel to, and it's also a country that I've not yet been to, and I love going to places that I've not been to before. So happy days. Here are some quick facts about the country for a bit more context. Luxembourg has a population of around 640,000. It's also one of the wealthiest economies in the world, being number one ranked for the highest GDP per capita. Over 200,000 people from Belgium, France and Germany cross the border into Luxembourg daily to work. That's 46% of Luxembourg's entire workforce. Crazy numbers, mate. So yeah, looks like we're going Luxembourg, mate. Oh, and for the record, I planned this trip 5 days ago. I've done zero training for this, and I'm filming this in January. So the weather's very likely to be peak, but wish me luck. Alright, so here we are, Schmidt in Luxembourg, the farthest possible north in the country. We're actually on the borderline between Luxembourg and Belgium right now. Not that any of you guys would know, because we're currently in a parking lot in Lidl. Why are we in a parking lot? One, because it was raining. Well, it was raining, and we also got kicked out of where we previously were, so yeah. Anyway, so this is the beginning of our 95-kilometer walking journey across an entire nation down to the southern border. 95 kilometers is also the equivalent of 21 hours of non-stop walking, by the way. Lovely. How am I feeling right now? I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite nervous for this one. I'm definitely feeling more anxious about this challenge compared to the London to Paris cycling trip. Ironically, I think the fact that I was on a bike made me feel more safe during that trip. Whereas this one, I'm solely on foot, which low-key worries me when I think of myself in the worst case scenarios. Like, I'm doing this challenge on my own, walking across an entire country that I've never been to before. I feel like a lot could go wrong. This is my bag. Some of you guys might remember it from my London to Paris video where I had it on my back pretty much the entire trip. Inside here is very limited amount of clothes, a lot of camera equipment, my Air Up bottles. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Oh, sugar, mate. I just realized I could have been doing this intro whilst walking at the same time. What the hell am I doing? Very counterproductive. Alright, so we're officially underway. Here's my game plan for the entire structure for this journey. So this entire journey is going to take me 4 days. So I've split this into 4 phases where I essentially have a checkpoint to reach for each phase until I get to the finish line. Sounds easy enough, right? Well, let's hope so, mate, because welcome to phase 1, where our goal is to reach Sport Hotel Leeuwijk. And from Schmidt, which is where we started, to Sport Hotel Leeuwijk, this is a 7.5 hour non-stop walking journey. And for the record, this is the longest phase of the trip. But anyways, we started off around 7 AM and straight off the bat, it was not looking good, my friend. We started off the journey with heavy rain and strong winds. In fact, it was actually a lot worse than I anticipated. So much to the point I actually had to find some shelter in order to put my neck warmer on, just 900 meters into the walk. Lovely jubbly. After adding the extra layer, I continued where I left off and walked non-stop for the next hour or so. However, within that 1 hour of walking, I inevitably came across yet another problem. It had been raining relentlessly for over an hour since the moment I started the journey. But despite this, I was still feeling good. My body was warm from all the layers of clothing I had on, and in general, I was in a good mood, to be honest. However, it was raining so much to the point I came to the realization that my jacket wasn't actually waterproof. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but my jacket is absolutely soaked here, and all that rainwater has gradually seeped through to the layer underneath. And obviously, once I did realize this, I had to sort it out. I don't really fancy dying of hypothermia anytime soon, mate. And luckily for me, I came across the perfect shop, and I genuinely mean it when I say luckily, because stumbling across this kind of shop was pure luck. This was not planned at all, and I'm lucky it had been raining before I had reached the shop, because I wouldn't have had the chance to get myself a proper waterproof jacket. However, the jacket does come at a cost, which was over £130, but in my opinion it's a justified expense because I now have a fully waterproof jacket. Lovely jubbly. This is typical. Literally, as soon as I bought this jacket, I spent £150 on it, yeah? As soon as I bought it, came out, the rain stopped, sun comes out, I'm feeling hot, and now I'm just like, bruh, what's going on, mate? I feel like this jacket is low-key a blessing in disguise. It's waterproof. Cars will be able to see me, so I feel safe. But yeah, we got, what, 6 hours left. It says we're gonna get there around 5 PM. 17 miles. Keep my head down. Walk, walk, walk. And you know, inshallah, like I said, get there safe and sound. That's the most important thing. Bro, when the sun comes out, it instantly brightens my mood. I'm so much happier. There's a big cloud coming. I'm fully equipped. Literally, I can take on a storm right now. Lovely jubbly. I really need to get a better case for my phone. This is shocking. So literally minutes later, it started raining again. Fantastic. But at the same time, I was also low-key happy because it meant I was able to make use of the jacket. So I'll take it. But I continued walking non-stop for just under 2 hours or so until I decided to take my first mini break of the journey. Lovely little break that was, my friend. After that, I was good to go. So I continued walking for another couple hours or so, and within those hours of walking, it was actually quite a dull period of this journey, to be honest. I realised that walking from town to town was definitely the most tedious part of this trek. Each time I left the town to walk to another, it's generally about 5 to 12 kilometers, which can take anywhere between 1 to 2 hours of walking, sometimes more. And it goes without saying, but these roads are extremely boring. Unfortunately for me, this is only just the beginning, mate. That was sarcasm, by the way. I do apologise because it wasn't funny. But honestly, during these moments, I just kept my head down, continued walking, and more importantly, just made sure I wouldn't get hit by a car. That was very key. Beautiful vibes. Somewhere in Luxembourg. We're making progress. Honestly, yeah, I'm high-key feeling this jacket now, you know. I'm glad I bought it. I like the colour too. You know, despite the weather, my mood is still good, to be honest. I feel like because I'm so well equipped with the clothes, I'm not feeling the cold, the rain isn't really bothering me, and mentally, I'm in a happy place right now. Just keeping my head down, walking. Oh my goodness. Tripped over a rock. Focus, head down, and let's get phase 1 out of the way. Okay, so the weather really didn't get better since I started. I carried on walking through what felt like a flipping storm. It was so windy at times I could barely hear myself think. But nonetheless, we're still going strong out here. And I was keen to get myself out of what felt like the middle of nowhere, so I kept on walking until I reached the small town of Hoshide. Where I eventually found some shelter to have another well-deserved break. Lovely jubbly. Also, my current and only source of energy right now is coming from waffles, Kinder Buenos and Air Up. And to be honest, that combo has worked wonders for me so far, so I don't really plan on changing it. Shortly after that break, I walked through the town of Hoshide and came across something quite unusual, a telephone box library. Yeah, apparently they're actually a thing, mate. I mean, I've never seen one of these things in my life, but you know what? It was actually very fascinating. So fascinating that I decided to take my first Polaroid with it. Took a Polaroid and I don't even know what it looks like. Spoiler alert, here's the photo. Bruh. So it ended up turning green for some reason and I was hella confused as to why that was, until I later found out that it not only needs to be kept in the dark but also in warm temperatures, and the outdoor settings of Luxembourg right now are far from that, my friend. However, we still completed our first Polaroid of the journey, so I'll take it. Anyways, it was time to get back on track and head to the hotel before it starts getting dark. And from Hoshide to Sport Luwak Hotel, it was around a 40-minute walk. It's around 3 PM right now, so from here on I didn't stop till I got to my hotel. So right now you can see that I'm running, and to be honest, I don't even know why. I think it was because I saw a fat hill approaching in the distance, and for some reason I thought it'd be easier to just run this part. Or maybe I was scared. Honestly, I don't even know what was going through my head at this point. My body is steaming. This hill is a killer. I'm feeling my legs burn. We keep going, we're nearly there. Phase 1 nearly complete. After nearly 10 hours of walking, we officially made it to our checkpoint destination, bringing phase 1 to a successful close. Lovely stuff, mate. It's a bougie hotel, mate. Mate, this room is sick. Alright, so we made it. Welcome to Sport Luik Hotel. The time is now 4:45. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know where I am to be honest, but here it is on the map. I'm pretty sure there's no towns, villages or shops nearby, so yeah, it's pretty much in the middle of nowhere. However, this hotel is very nice and it's got pretty much everything you need, so I'll be chilling here for the night. But yeah, we made it to the hotel. Phase 1 is basically complete. Alhamdulillah, everything went well. Successful day. Don't really know what else to say to be honest. Was it difficult? I mean, it wasn't easy. There was times where my legs were burning. There was times where it was just quite boring, but there was times where it was quite nice as well. So mix and match, and overall it was a decent day and it wasn't anything that I didn't expect. Physically, my feet are aching, my knees, they're alright to be fair. My back is kind of aching, not gonna lie, but it's nothing that I didn't expect. So yeah, onwards and upwards, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, I'm good. I'm in a good place. But yeah, phase 1 complete. Tomorrow we go again for phase 2. I'm pretty sure today was the hardest day of this entire journey. So in theory, it should get easier from now. At least I hope it should. I woke up and I was so tired today. I woke up at 6 a.m, then 7 a.m, but every time I woke up, I just didn't want to get out of bed. That was so difficult. It is what it is. But yeah, welcome to phase 2. Today's very simple. It's not very different from yesterday. So our goal today is to get to Hotel Martha in Mersch, Luxembourg. And Mersch, Luxembourg is 15 miles from here. 15 miles according to Google Maps is going to take us 5 hours and 26 minutes. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, that's pretty much it today. Inshallah, things go to plan. The weather's looking okay. All night yesterday it was raining. Even if it does rain, I'm not even that fussed to be honest, because I'm fully equipped for the rain. But yeah, simple as that. Alright, so quick run through of the game plan for phase 2. Step 1, breakfast. Get as much energy in me as possible. Step 2, pack up and layer up for another day of unpredictable weather conditions. Step 3, check out our Sport Hotel Luik. Lovely hotel by the way. Thank you very much for your service, mate. And then step 4, begin our 24-kilometer trek to our next hotel in Mersch. Let's do this. Alright, so from Sport Luik Hotel, I walked around 4 hours with a few mini breaks along the way. I didn't film much content because there wasn't much to film and I pretty much just kept my head down in silence, trying to cover as much distance as possible. The weather was just miserable and rainy throughout, which to be fair is nothing new, but after enduring 4 hours of walking, I just felt the need to sit down somewhere warm and properly recharge myself physically and mentally. Okay guys, so right now I'm in Ettelbruck, somewhere in central north of Luxembourg. I don't even know to be honest. It's now around 2 p.m. and I'm in a little coffee house called Fisher. I just needed somewhere to sit down and relax because my legs and back are starting to ache now, I'm not even gonna lie. This was definitely a needed break, mate. But yeah, I set off around 10 a.m. and 4 hours later I think I managed to cover just over 7 miles, which is basically just over half of this journey for phase 2. Overall, we're making good progress. Hopefully we can still beat the sunset, but either way, we'll get there at a decent time, you know what I'm saying? I've got about 7 miles till I get to the hotel for the day, and I think that's gonna take me about 2 hours. Realistically 3 hours, but yeah, we'll see. I can't stay here too long because I think it's gonna get dark quite soon, so as soon as I finish this coffee, hydrate myself up, I am gonna dip, lad. Okay, so we got just under 13 kilometers left till we get to Hotel Martha in Mersch. So from here it's pretty straightforward.
A few moments later.
Long day, mate. Bro, the north of Luxembourg is just so boring. Nothing going on, it's just cars, long roads, countryside, farms, but it is what it is. Don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. Alright guys, so we have made it to Mersch, which is where my next hotel is, Hotel Martha. My phone says 8 minutes away, walking distance, so we pretty much made it, mate. It's around 4 o'clock, I don't know, 4:30, so we have, I think, beat the sunset. It's rained a bit, but it's not been torrential rain, it's been manageable. Oh look, there's my hotel, Hotel Martha. Can you guys see it? There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, phase 2, basically done. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I was not ready for that. I need to get you as well. Good morning, welcome to day 3, phase 3, aka the penultimate phase of the journey. Currently speaking, I'm in Hotel Martha in Mersch, somewhere in the centre of Luxembourg. Our next destination is Hotel Francis, which is in Luxembourg City, and of course the capital city of the country. According to Google Maps, Hotel Francis is about 11 miles away, which is going to take me 4 hours and 15 minutes of non-stop walking. The time right now is 8:33 AM, so what, 4 hours and 15 minutes from now is 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. I'd get there for 12:45ish. But realistically 2 PM because I'm going to be taking breaks and filming the journey. Hopefully we stick to that time. The weather's actually looking very good today. Probably the best it's looked since I started this journey, alhamdulillah. Like, I'm actually seeing blue skies for once, so I'm hoping it stays like this. How am I feeling right now? To be honest, I'm feeling quite good. Physically and mentally, I'm in a good space. Obviously, my feet, knees and back are somewhat aching, but it wasn't anything that I didn't expect. And mentally, I'm actually quite excited for today because I'm heading to Luxembourg City, and that kind of excites me because the past 2 days have been quite boring in terms of walking because I've just been seeing the same thing over and over again, like countryside and just pretty much nothing. And I feel like the city of Luxembourg is like the most exciting part of the country anyway, so mentally, that's what's keeping me going, and I'm looking forward to it. Alright, so the time is roughly 9 AM and we're on our way to Hotel Francis in Luxembourg City. Just got to keep my head down and keep walking. Don't waste time, but in general, it's looking good, bruv. Also, I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I've got a little crack in my screen protector that goes just over the front lens of the camera. So I need to go to Luxembourg City, get a new screen protector, and probably a better case because the state of this case, bro, it is not made for a journey like this. You guys seen it? Joke. Battered it. I'm actually very lucky that my phone hasn't cracked because the amount of times I've dropped it, you guys have no idea. The mission today, get to Luxembourg City ASAP. Let's do this, mate. So I trotted my way out of the small town of Mersch and made my way to the capital of Luxembourg, which is also called Luxembourg. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful day today in Luxembourg. Sun is shining, blue skies, beautiful scenery around me too. Bro, I am in such a good mood today. The difference a bit of sunshine makes on your mood is crazy. The last 2 days I've low-key been miserable, but when the sun's out and I've got nice views like this, it's making this walk enjoyable. But the closer I'm getting to the city centre, I'm starting to see a bit more life, more aesthetic scenery, and like I said, it's making the walk a lot more enjoyable. The fact that it's nice weather as well, I'm able to appreciate it. Like when it was raining, I just had to keep my head down and just look up every 3 seconds to make sure I wasn't getting hit by a car. But now, hood's down, heads up, taking the natural sunlight, get that vitamin D. I love nature. So I continued walking on for around 2 hours since I left Hotel Martha in Mersch. The route so far was pretty straightforward and majority of the walking was off-road and on an actual pathway, which was ideal. The views around me were naturally getting better as I got closer to the capital, and in general I was appreciating the journey a lot more since I started up in the north. You know, these Kinder Buenos and waffles are genuinely hitting the spot for me. Like, I actually look forward to these mini breaks because of them. And by now I thought I'd be sick of them, but honestly I'm beginning to think that this is peak diet for a hiker, mate. I have no desire or cravings for anything else right now. So after that very necessary break, the time was around 11 AM and we had just passed the halfway point for phase 3. I carried on walking and made sure to appreciate all the natural landscapes around me while I could. This part of the journey was actually very therapeutic. I was pretty much on a single track route in a remote open area for a good few kilometers, and it was very nice. I just felt very safe and happy here, to be honest. And of course, that's what we love to see, my friend. Beautiful stuff, mate. Anyways, I walked on until I reached the next closest village where I came across a very pretty little bus shelter. I'm gonna take a Polaroid here. Let's see if I can actually get a decent one because the last 2 or 3 I've done are a bit dodgy in terms of the color, but trial and error, you know what I mean? Quickly get it into some dark. This looks hella sus right now. Guys, I'm gonna try a selfie with this thing, yeah? I haven't done this before, but let's give it a gander, you know what I mean? Alright, here we go. Put it at the back of my trousers where it's insulated and warm because my bum is probably quite warm. Anyway, so here are the results. We're definitely seeing signs of improvement, and it's clear that the closer I am to the camera, the better the picture quality comes out. After that, it was a straightforward walk into the heart of Luxembourg city centre. I trekked the final 6 kilometers of phase 3 until I reached my destination, and slowly but surely, we got to where we wanted, lads. Vamos! Guys, we officially made it to Luxembourg city centre. Time is now 2:45 p.m. So what, it's taken us just over 6 hours for a 4-hour journey. Not too shabby. We arrived at a decent time. Still daylight. So happy days, mate. But yeah, we made it. We made it to the city centre. Massive change of scenery from what I've had in the past 2 days. Nothing but countryside. But now we're in the city. It's vibrant, it's active, but we officially made it. Oh yeah, I can see my hotel. I can see my hotel, mate. We made it. Yeah, we made it, mate. Lovely stuff. That was louder than I thought it'd be. We've been relocated. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've got to follow the book. Alright, welcome to day 4. It's phase 4, the final phase of the challenge. Time is currently 8:23 a.m. The sun is just about rising. The weather's looking okay today. It's not as good as yesterday, but there is no signs of rain today, so happy days. Today's game plan is very simple. It's the final stretch down to the southern border. Our destination for today is Gio's Cafe, which is pretty much on the borderline between Luxembourg and France. Quick update on my physique. Generally speaking, I'm good. However, I think my left ankle is in the red zone, mate. Mate, every time I put weight on my left ankle, I could feel some kind of pain. Like, it's not looking good, bruv. Like, yesterday I was just walking about around the hotel, yeah? And I was just thinking, bruh, I don't need this, not right now. However, we gotta get through this. It's the final phase, this final stretch, and I'm gonna soldier through this. But yeah, this is it. Final phase. Let's get it. Just before I left the hotel, I decided to get a quick Polaroid. But I wasn't ready. I don't think I was ready. This one actually turned out a lot better than I thought it would, to be fair. Lovely jubbly. I'm ready. I'm actually an NPC, bro. Alright, where we at? So right now we're currently still in the centre of Luxembourg. We're on our way out of the city centre. The time is around 8:45 a.m. Our next destination is Gio's Cafe, and that's 4 hours and 11 minutes of walking. Pretty much the same as yesterday. We got this, boys. We got this. The weather today is looking a bit gloomy, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. So we're going to get through this. We're going to finish this challenge, and we're going to finish on a high. Let's get it! Also guys, I'm not sure if you noticed, your boy got a new screen protector, so the front lens is looking fresh. Lovely stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if the screen protector cracks again, to be honest. Okay, so we're underway with the final phase of the challenge, and the goal is to get to Gio's Cafe at the French border. So from here, I pretty much walked as much as I could until I needed to take any breaks. The first of which occurred just over 2 hours of walking into the journey. I managed to cover around 13 kilometers until I reached a Cactus supermarket, one of many across the country. Alright guys, so I'm just coming here for a little pit stop. I need some caffeine in me, hydrate myself up. I also need a wee, so yeah, that's the main reason why I'm here, I'm not gonna lie. Lovely stuff, thank you very much, Cactus. However, after that, I didn't last very long until my next break. Just under 2 kilometers later, I was caught lacking again. That caffeine rush was clearly taking its time, mate. I think at this point the fatigue was actually starting to hit me, along with the fact that I was actually getting quite bored of this now. The past 3.5 days have been quite repetitive and lonely, to be honest. Like, mentally I think I've almost peaked at how much more of this I can take. Honestly, yeah, thank God that this is the final phase, because I don't think I could motivate myself to go another day. Equally, at this point, I know how close I am to the finish line, so in my head I just kept reminding myself that I'm nearly there, and that was my main drive to complete this. Also, at this point I ran out of Kinder Buenos, unfortunately, which of course is very sad, but it's alright, because a late super sub came through with these Nutella bars, and they, my friend, are valid. That was actually someone beeping their horn at me trying to gas me up. What a legend. But anyways, that break turned out to be my final break of this entire journey, because from here we don't stop moving until we get to Gio's Cafe on the French border. Here's my current situation. The time is near enough 2 p.m. and from my current location, Gio's Cafe is approximately 4.5 kilometers, which Google Maps says will take me 1 hour and 15 minutes. Let's do this. I'm tired, man. My legs are burning, my feet is aching. Fatigue wise, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking peak. This one road we're on right now, I'm on here for about a mile. It's the road that connects Luxembourg and France, and it's the final stretch. Can't lie, this place is quite depressing. It's been 3.5 days since I started this journey on foot. I've covered near enough 100 kilometers of land, averaging around 7 hours of walking each day. This has been one hell of a solo journey filled with the good and bad moments. But in the end, we came here with one objective, and that was to walk across the length of an entire country by myself. And that, my friend, is exactly what we achieved today. Guys, we are literally 400 feet away from Gio's Cafe. I'm feeling good. We are moments away from the finish line. I think that's it. Is that Gio's Cafe? Boys, gonna have to run. Gonna have to run. So Gio's Cafe ended up being closed. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Right now I'm actually in France. I managed to cross the border from Luxembourg and we're in the northeast of France right now. Outside a boulanger. I think that's a bakery by the looks of it. My French wasn't great, to be honest. The time is now approaching 4 p.m. So yeah, lovely stuff. I guess this is where we end the journey. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for the next one, mate. So I took one last Polaroid outside of a cafe called Cafe No Man's Land in France, right against the country's border, which marks the end of an epic solo journey. This is me on the way back home getting the bus. I felt the need to show you guys this, because a bus ride never felt so good in my life, mate. Also, did you know that all public transport in Luxembourg is free? How lit is that? I was gassed, mate. I couldn't believe it. Luxembourg, I love you.